Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Alumni Gymnasium on the campus of Norwich Free Academy for tonight's Eastern Connecticut Conference quarterfinal matchup between the 6th-seeded Ledyard Colonels and the 3rd-seeded Norwich Free Academy Wildcats. Alongside the coach Chris Giusti, I'm Mike O'Farrell, and we are excited for tonight's game. These two teams met very early in the season, back in December, and the Wildcats came away with a 47-42 victory at Ledyard. These, however, are very different teams back then. Shortly before Christmas, Ledyard's a young squad, and it was only their 3rd game of the year. In fact, NFA handed them their first loss. And for the Wildcats, we played without Emily Orcutt, arguably the best player on the floor, and Brooke Bowles, who was also very limited with injury. But we're going to throw that all out the window. After all, Coach, tonight starts the 2nd season, a 1-game season at that. Win and you advance to the conference semifinals. Lose and you await your state tournament opponent. What are your thoughts on tonight, Coach?
3 words, Michael: survive and advance. You got to get it done however you can get it done, by any means necessary. All the plays will be out of the playbook tonight. The kitchen sink will be thrown out there. And, NFA coming back from, almost a week layoff now. They played last week against New London, and then Ledyard playing last night against Enfield. So that's something that, does, I think, play into it. Personally, I'd rather be the coach that had played most recently.
3 times in 4 days they've played, though. Does that make a difference? Like, should we expect them to be tired?
We're going to find. Great question, because I think we're going to find out a lot about both of these teams in the first couple minutes of this game. Ledyard is an up-tempo team, so I would say, yes, it could play a factor for Ledyard because they are such an up-tempo team. They want to press. They want to create turnovers. They want to get up in your face. So if they are feeling fatigued, I think we'll see it right away. For NFA, the bugaboo has all season long been get the ball in the basket. We know we're going to see a spirited defensive effort. They have a full and healthy squad now. Can they put the ball in the bucket?
Yeah, and they don't want to get behind, right? We are not an offense built on comebacks. We need to get ahead of the game, and I think if we do fall behind, it's, somewhere in the 4 to 6 point margin. I worry about something a little bigger than that, to be honest. I mean, I just think that's something that we need to be concerned about. I also feel good that, Ledyard hasn't played against Emily Orcutt this year. And, I think with her and Baykent inside, we're certainly going to have the size advantage, and can they take advantage of that? Interestingly, so our last game was against New London. Not pretty. Ledyard played against New London on Monday. Not pretty. And then, but we've talked about, we've moved to this 1-game season. How easy is it to block that out? Is that what the last few days of practice has been for, from Courtney's perspective, is forget it. There's only one thing to focus on right now. How do you do that? How do you motivate the kids to forget the game where they got blown out, quite frankly?
And honestly, the best way to block it out is to get back on the court, and that's why I think Ledyard experiencing a victory after getting blown out by New London is a psychological advantage. But, because this is a brand new season, you find, like I said, you find out a lot about your team in this first couple minutes. If you're not excited to play in a playoff game at home, then, it just wasn't meant to be.
Right.
So I think, they had enough time to lick their wounds, to get healthy especially. That's the most important part, because let's face it, against New London, without having Emily as, a primary scorer for them, really hurt. And as you saw from the score on Monday, New London handled Ledyard with the same ease that they handled New London. So it's really New London and everybody else right now in the ECC. And why not NFA be the somebody else that faces them at Mohegan Sun next Tuesday?
Exactly. So if we look at the tournament, there's 3 other matchups tonight. So the winner of this game will play the winner of the 2-7 game, which is Bacon and Killingly. Presumably Bacon's going to come out of that victorious. Waterford is the sacrificial lamb to New London. Waterford beat East Lyme in the play-in game, and now they've got to face the Whalers tonight. Not an enviable position there. And the interesting one tonight, I think, is Woodstock is at Fitch. And, you know, again, the winner of that is going to draw New London. So it really is, the bracket has broken favorably for the Wildcats, depending on what happens tonight. Semifinals are Saturday at Fitch, I believe at 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock, depending on what happens. And then, of course, the finals will be at Mohegan Sun, and at least one of us is going to be there. So
yeah. My other duties will bring me to courtside for Mohegan Sun to broadcast that championship, and hopefully it would be the Wildcats facing the Whalers, the traditional ECC rivalry, but they got to take care of business tonight against a very good Ledyard Colonel team.
And I think it's interesting too when you think about being the ECC has 2 runs to the sun, right? We've got the conference tournament and we've got obviously the state tournament, whereas other schools throughout Connecticut don't have that. They have 1. So, for a team, if we're going to assume that New London or somebody else is coming through here, I think it's an advantage for the ECC team when they get there. But right now, we are moments away from the playing of the national anthem. We're going to pause for that, and we'll be back with you momentarily. All right, we are moments away from quarterfinal action, and we're going to take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. And it's the typical lineup for your Wildcats: Jordan Bakent, Nevaeh York, Brooke Stringer, Cece Atchison, the freshman, and Emily Orcutt, a junior. So 1 senior starting for Courtney Gomez's team. They're coming in with an overall record of 12-8. For the Colonels, Maggie Dykes wears number 0. She's a sophomore. Sierra Brevard, number 4, is a senior. Adriana Hardison, number 10, is a junior. Number 14, Helena Robinson, and number 23, Cassie Rice, are both seniors for Coach Mike Morgan's team, who comes in at 11-9. So we're looking out from the Colonels, coach, for Dykes and Hardison. 0 and 10 is where we're expecting the offense to come from there.
Yeah, and look for Brevard to be able to hit some outside shots. They got to make sure they get a hand up in her face. But I think it's going to be the speed and quickness of the Colonels versus the size of the Wildcats. Which one is going to exploit the other one's weakness?
Well, the size certainly works on the tip as Bakent controls it easily, and this is York.
Ledyard, man-to-man.
Nevaeh is waiting for some motion, doesn't get it from somebody, throws up a shot. Rebound pulled down by Rice, and here come the Colonels the other direction. This is Hardison, number 10. That's Rice, 23. That's Brevard, number 4. Nevaeh with a nice steal, going back coast to coast for the early 2.
That's big. If the Wildcats could create turnovers and flip the script, that's going to be big.
Maggie Dykes, she's got Stringer all over her. Brooke hasn't been scoring a lot lately, but she certainly has been playing tight defense. Hardison misses the easy jumper, and here comes Atchison pushing it up the other side for the Wildcats. Bakent's going to make a move on Robinson, and she scores. Jordan was the leading scorer for NFA in that first game. She had 19, and CC had 14. Again, that was when Orcutt was not playing. leading scorer for Ledyard in the first game was Dykes, had 18 the first time. And this is Dykes with the ball right now. Orcutt is out on Rice. Solid defense, looking for a tie-up. That's a tough foul there. Coach Gomez not happy with it. I'm going to side with her on this one.
And once again, we've seen it all season, Mike. The NFA bigs just have to use their length. There's no reason to play small.
So now Emily's got to be mindful of this for the next few minutes of the quarter here. Loose ball all over, picked up by Robinson. She runs into a double team. Ball off the Wildcats, 25 seconds on the shot clock. 4-0 NFA, 6:20 left in the first. Rice is going to inbound. She finds Hardison, misses the easy one, gets the rebound. I wonder if Orcutt a little tentative there. And that's a two-pointer for Cassie Rice.
Nice little fake handoff, pivot, jump shot. Good play design there from the Colonels.
6 minutes to go in the first, 4-2 NFA. Bay-Kent looking inside for Orcutt. Ball tipped away from behind. Emily to the floor. No jump ball, no nothing. What are we doing here? Coach Morgan's not sure what we're doing. Emily was afraid to get up for fear of traveling, but a turnover nonetheless with an alternating possession.
Yeah, and Emily had a mismatch there inside. Unfortunately, only tried to catch the ball with one hand. I don't know if the pass was a little inaccurate, but got to get two hands on that pass.
This is Dykes, Stringer working through the pick. Bay-Kent, they call a kick violation. Going to reset the shot clock to 35. My sense is we're not going to see many shot clock issues tonight, at least the way the first 2.5 minutes have gone.
Yeah, I think NFA will be a little bit more methodical on offense. Ledyard will take quick shots.
Rice on a nice inbounds play to find Robinson. So that ties it at 4. Interestingly enough, the first two baskets for Ledyard scored by, folks that we know can score, but not their leading scorers.
Right. And probably a product of NFA's defense.
York into Bay-Kent. Nice move there, Jordan. She's going to go to the line.
That's going to be open all night long. It's going to come down to execution. Can NFA finish, draw fouls, make free throws?
So that was on Helena Robinson. That's her first. Ledyard's first. Jordan misses the first. Four to 4 early on, 5:14 left in the first. Second one from Bay-Kent is good. She's got 3, and the Wildcats have a 5-4 lead. This is Brevard running the point. We should expect to see her up top. Dykes, just a sophomore. Nice move there, Maggie Dykes.
And she likes to go left. You have to force her to her weak hand. If she gets going downhill with her left hand, she's trouble.
Bay-Kent back underneath, nice feed, can't get it. Offensive rebound and a follow. You're right, Coach, that's going to be there all night.
All night, and great job following the miss. Those are the kinds of winning plays that you need in the postseason.
Cassie Rice, Robinson, Nevaeh causes a tie up there. Loose ball is going to go back to NFA. Nice play by Nevaeh. So, Coach, in what may or may not be a little bit of a surprise, some away action reporting coming in. Down from Groton, Fitch 25, Woodstock 14 at the half.
Not surprised.
I think the margin of the differential is a surprise to me. I'm not surprised that Fitch is ahead.
Yeah, Woodstock doesn't travel well. I mean, it's kind of been, it's funny, it's kind of been
it's a thing?
The MO, except for, a couple years they had state championship caliber boys teams, but it's just a long trip from up there.
Yeah, especially to Groton.
It's hard when you're a high school kid to ride on the bus and, warm up for an hour.
So Ledyard defense causes a 5-second violation there on the ball coming inbounds. Back to the Colonels. NFA with a 7-6 lead. Olivia Shelton wears number 2 for Ledyard. She just checked in. She's a freshman. 3-point attempt is up and good from Cassie Rice. Cassie Rice is not the person you expected to have 5 first quarter points for the Colonels.
But she is a capable shooter, and NFA has to know that.
Nevaeh all the way in, ties it up, and is going to go to the line.
Well, at least, Mike, we've had a lot more scoring action in this broadcast than our last one.
Certainly is. This is more than the first half.
Yeah, it was 17-13 at halftime. So, like, this is the kind of game you want to see. Exciting. Crowd still filtering in.
And getting into it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So Nevaeh with a chance here to put the Wildcats up a 10-9 lead. That ball is short of the rim, or short off the rim. Hardison comes down with the ball all the way. Long range 3 from the Colonels. That was from Rice, who was feeling it. Bakent to Nevaeh. She's going to run 3-on-2. Not quite how they wanted to get to Stringer, but it got there. Atchison had a big first game when these two teams played in December. Nice job there, CC, drawing that foul.
Yeah, good job by Atchison there. That was a jump ball, and she just said, no, I'm not going to let it be a jump ball. She ripped it away and drew the foul.
So that foul is on Cassie Rice. That's her first. I missed one somewhere for Ledyard because that's their third, but I only have 2. We'll find it. Atchison inside to Bakent all night. Shot no good. Nobody underneath for the rebound for the Wildcats. 9-9, 3:13 left to go in the first. Orcutt with a steal, but can't keep it in play. Nice hustle, Emily.
And both teams still feeling each other out a little bit, but you know, NFA has a little bit more depth.
Brooke Bowles checks in. She replaces Atchison. She's going to be a handful for Hardison, I believe. This is Dykes. This is Hardison. Bowles up on her. Wildcats in a man-to-man.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shot clock's in single digits. It's at 8. There's Hardison. The short pull-up, no good. Orcutt and Bakent struggled together for the rebound. Emily comes down with it. And here comes Stringer the other way for NFA. Nice idea to get inside, too high over Emily or Jordan's head. Colonel's back the other way. Miscue here. Somebody forgot about Olivia Shelton.
But Jordan never got back, unfortunately.
It's going to be a tough matchup for Jordan on Shelton, I believe. 11-9, Colonels with a 2-point lead. 2:15 left to go in the first. Bakent looking underneath. Orcutt has yet to score in the game. Stringer, Bowles. Bakent. Nevaeh is going to try a long 3. No good. Emily able to come down with the offensive rebound. I'm thinking we should have our fair share of offensive rebounds in this game. That's Hardison, who stole it away from Orcutt over to Rice. Misses the easy layup, and that's going to be Wildcats ball.
NFA caught a break there.
Sure did. Petra Berry's checking in. She's going to replace Emily, give her a little bit of a breather.
I know Coach Gomez is not going to be happy at the quarter break with the man-to-man defense. They've allowed too many easy shots for the Colonels.
Stringer, York looking inside for Jordan. Nice power move, up and good. Jordan Bakent with her 7th point of the quarter.
Coach Mike Morgan, a great player in his own right back in the day at New London High School, is leading the Lady Colonels. He's done a good job with this team. He
sure
got him to the ECC championship last year against eventual state champion New London, and that Dudley girl that they had last year is playing lights out at Sacred Heart. She's probably going to hit the portal, end up going somewhere higher. So that New London team was really good last year. And Ledyard hung with them for a little bit.
And they're a young team, but those are the plays right there where Courtney's going to go ballistic at the break as Robinson picks up an easy 2 and puts the Colonels back up 13-12 with just over a minute left to go in the first quarter. So good action on both sides. Nevaeh throws up a wild one, is going to get herself to the line.
Yeah, the man-to-man defense is leaving a lot to be desired. If you beat your man off the dribble, there's not much waiting in the form of help side defense right now on either end. So NFA's having a hard time with the high ball screen. They're losing the roller and giving up pick and roll action, whereas Ledyard has nobody waiting at the rim when the guard gets dribble penetration.
So they just put that up as the 3rd foul on Robinson. I didn't have that, but that doesn't mean anything. And they've got 5 overall. So I'm still missing a Colonel foul somewhere, but we'll find it. NFA's committed 1. That's Orcutt, who's currently on the bench. Nevaeh is going to get 2 shots here at the line. She missed her first one, so 2 here. No good there. Checking in for NFA is Sophie Miner. She's had some great minutes in these recent games. She's replacing Stringer. Give her at least a minute rest until the second quarter. Been very impressed with Miner's hustle. Nevaeh makes 1. So she's got 5 points. And it's a tie game. 13-13, 1:03 left. Emma Henry Ortiz, number 3, in for the Colonels. She inbounded the ball to Dykes. Miner loses her man. Henry Ortiz making an impact right away.
Yeah, freshman.
I think we're going to see, and that foul is going to be on Petra Berry. That's her first, 2 on the team. Ortiz is going to go to the line for a pair. I think we're going to see a defensive changeup coming in the second quarter. There's too many of those little cuts that the Colonels are finding wide open layups underneath.
Yeah.
We'll see if she goes, will she go zone? What will she do? Henry Ortiz makes 1 out of 2. Emily Orcutt checks back in for the Wildcats. She gives Bay-Kent a breather. Nice first quarter for Jordan. She's got 8 of the NFA's 13 points. So there's 49 seconds left in the quarter, 14-13 Colonels. Great game so far. Bowles is going to drive, tries to get it over to Berry. Wild pass, turnover.
Yeah, Ledyard went with an extended 3-2 that time and just kind of forced NFA to play a little quicker and got the turnover.
So Bowles, Miner, Orcutt, York, and Berry for the Wildcats in their man-to-man. This is Brevard for the Colonels. Nevaeh causing some havoc up top. There it is, a little backdoor again.
Yep.
Handled that one a little bit better. Tough offensive rebound right back. Berry's able to snag that one. 11 seconds left. Here come the Wildcats looking for 1 and a chance to take the lead at the break. We're inside of 5. Nevaeh drives, ball knocked away. Just under 2. That's good if it goes. No good. So, we're at the end of 1. 14 for the Colonels, 13 for the Wildcats. Good first quarter, Coach.
Yeah, and I think, NFA looks a little rusty on defense. I think they're going to have to figure out, how are they going to play these backdoor cuts and these ball screen pick and rolls, make an adjustment there. The one thing that NFA definitely they're going to have to tighten up the defense, but they definitely are going to have to do a better job of trying to get some more offensive opportunities, whether that be by creating some turnovers or getting more offensive rebounds. Ledyard, I think, given the fact that, they just played last night, I think they look like they're pretty much in rhythm. Their best player or their top scorer, Hardison, hasn't scored yet.
No, and Dykes only has a pair.
So,
but interesting, they have 5 players who've scored. Dykes with a pair, Shelton with a pair, Ortiz with 1, Robinson with 4, but she's on the bench with 3 fouls. And Cassie Rice, the surprise there, with 5 in the first quarter. NFA, on the other hand, has only got points from 2. Nevaeh has 5, and Jordan has 8. Emily Orcutt, I believe, had 1 shot in the first quarter. I'm not even sure if she had that.
Yeah, and I mean, she might not have played in 2 weeks for real game action. So,
so we've got Brevard and Dykes, Rice, Shelton, and Hardison for the Colonels. And that is Dykes with her second basket of the night. NFA is on the floor with York, Minor, the 2 bigs, Bacon and Orcutt, and that's Stringer. Emily's going to try long range, no good. Rebound Colonels, 16-13. Not sure that was quite the shot that we wanted Emily to get off. She's shown range from out there, but we want to see her underneath. Nice defense, Stringer and Bacon, but the handle gets lost.
I think it's going to stay with Ledyard. NFA's got to shore up their baseline out of bounds defense here. Last time they gave up a layup.
Sure did. Atchison checks in. She gives Minor a break. So this is Rice. She's the trigger. They got a stack of 4. Cut off the layup. That's a good sign. How about a 5-second count? Rice thought about it. Here we go again. Every time, she's going to blow it up right now.
Yeah, just not good. Went for the shot fake and lost on the dribble pass. The defender comes off her man. Nice little bounce pass. And Ledyard playing with a lot of poise. And like I said, they made a trip last year all the way to the ECC Finals. So a lot of these players were on that team. They either played significant minutes. I know Cassie Rice did play significant minutes on that team last year. So they're no stranger to this experience.
Yeah, and it's, I hate to say this is a tough deficit, but 5 points is, I'm not quite ready to call this a must-score possession, but I think we need to get the ball in the hoop. And I think what's happening in that huddle right now is Coach Gomez is going to, I think we're going to see NFA in the zone coming back the other way. I hope we do. But we'll see what happens. More importantly, we got to generate some offense. As the Colonels come up with the first 4 points, they had a 14-13 lead at the break, and 49 seconds in, it's now 18-13.
Yeah, they got to find a way to keep getting that ball down low to Jordan and then crash when she shoots it. Keep crashing the boards. On defense, they're going to have to try and create some turnovers, apply some more ball pressure. They got to steal early in the game. They're capable.
Atchison and York easily break the press. Emily, 10 feet, no good. Jordan scraps for the rebound. It comes down to Stringer, and it's going to stay NFA ball. You're right. I think to some extent, Emily is just getting, her game legs back under her. And hope she finds them quickly, like right here.
Oh, boy.
She had her game legs. She didn't have her game hands. Turnover, Wildcats. 6:56 left to go in the half. 18-13. Coming up at the half, don't leave the comfort of your home, because we're going to talk to head wrestling coach Steve Nelson and learn more about the Class LL Championships that are starting tomorrow. Yeah, we've come out. Is this a 3-2 we're looking at, Coach?
Yeah, and they had a little trap there to try and create a turnover, but Ledyard was able to get out of it. Got a rebound, though.
Ledyard comes down with the rebound but can't keep the handle. Wildcats will take the ball back down the other end looking for a basket.
Yeah, one of the things that I know Coach Gomez thought they'd have a chance to do was get a lot of rebounds, and really it's been Ledyard that's been tougher on the board so far.
York, she's got Brevard following her, forcing her to the left side of the court. What's Nevaeh going to do? What's Nevaeh going to do? Atchison, long range 3, no good, hits nothing. Stringer right there for the alternating possession, just as good as a rebound.
Yeah, they got the arrow.
CC had a big game back in December. she might need to be a source of offense tonight, depending on what happens underneath. Last time we were in this position, it was a 5-second violation. Orchid takes the ball from York. He's looking right inside the Bay Kent.
They had her. You got to get her the ball.
Stringer back out to Bay Kent from 15. Yeah. No good. Nothing underneath. Rebound Colonels.
That's a win for Ledyard if she takes that shot.
This is Dykes. She has 4 early. Jordan with the easy rebound. Look out behind her. Away we go.
Well, they forced Dykes to go right that time.
Yeah, and it paid off. I feel like I've read that somewhere. Forced her to go right. This is York. Brevard is hounding her, trying to make her go to the left. Emily looking inside for Jordan. Up and good.
Yeah, that play has to be run until
they stop it.
Yeah, or maybe until the cows come home.
What do we have here? Foul on Jordan? That's her first. Guess I missed that one. Team's first of the quarter. And here we go again with the easy possession underneath.
Yeah, that's tough. That's just a good, strong move from Dykes, but the mistake is letting her get the ball. You cannot let a person cut in front of you and get the ball. It's got to be ball, you, man. Those are the defensive man-to-man principles that are preached. Ball, then you, then your man.
Foul is on Stringer. That's her first. Dykes at the line, and she makes it. So that's 7 points on the night for Maggie Dykes. And it's a 6-point lead for the Colonels with 5:10 left to go in the first half.
Ledyard in the 3-2.
Breaking it easily. Atchinson's going to drive. I'll take that shot all night. Just didn't go. Bay Kent couldn't hold the handle.
But see, what that defense does, and it's as good as a turnover, is it sped NFA up, and it forced NFA, or NFA felt like they had to take a shot that wasn't getting the ball down low to Jordan.
Brevard left wide open in the corner. No good. Nevaeh, she's going to go one-on-one against Dykes. Little floater, no good. Don't like that. Talk about rush it. Nice play, Nevaeh. Jordan, bang.
So how many points does Jordan have?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. She's got 12. The Wildcats have 17. The Colonels have 21.
So why wouldn't Mike Morgan want anyone else other than Jordan Bay Kent shooting the ball?
Correct. Look at this, though. Brevard was sneaking under there. Oh, looks like an injury, Cassie Rice. Comes up hobbling. Wildcats having a hard time keeping the handle. Rice recovers. Stringer, long range. Good!
Needed it.
There we go, 21-20. Wildcats won off 5 in a row. And I tell you, Brooke Stringer, she needs that first one, Coach.
Well, this basketball has always been a game of bounces. I thought early in the second quarter there were a lot of bounces that went back to Ledyard, missed shots, deflections, ended up back in Ledyard's hands. The last 2 possessions, Nevaeh almost turned it over about 3 times.
I think she did.
She somehow kept control of it. Nice little bounce pass across the lane to Bay Kent for the layup, and then just trying to get it across half court on this last possession. I don't know how Emily was able to tiptoe on the far sideline, but she just saved it, got it to Nevaeh, who found the open Stringer, who nails the 3, and we have a 1-point game.
I didn't see any tulips over there that she was tiptoeing through on the sideline. So 4:05 left to go in the second quarter. Colonels hold a 21-20 lead. It was 14-13 after one Ledyard, so the differential is the same.
Yeah. Sometimes the transitive property doesn't apply in
good Lord.
Basketball, but like when you look at, they haven't played each other since December.
Right.
So what can you use? You use a third team to compare how these 2 teams are going to match up, and that third team is New London, who beat both teams by 30 plus.
Right.
So you're like, so it should be a pretty even matchup then. And guess what? It is so far.
My math tonight, Coach, is based on 2s, 1s, and occasional 3, and you're throwing out the transitive property. Good Lord.
That was for our man Nelly, who's coming on at halftime.
That's right. Almost a turnover there. That's going to be an easy bucket for Hardison, that's her first points of the night right there. 23-20, Colonels back up by 3. 3:45 left to go in the half. York tries to work off a screen from Orchid. Stringer, can she get 2 in a row? No good. Jordan, wow. Emily, come on, up strong. Jump ball goes to Ledyard.
Got a couple offensive rebounds, though. That's good. That's a good sign.
I like Stringer taking that shot since she'd made the first one. But still, 3 players have scored for the Wildcats, and Emily Orcutt is not one of them. That's tough.
And I think that's the right call. It's just you can't reach in there. If you're the back line of the 3-2 zone. Wasted foul by Bay-Kent. She has 2 now.
She has 2. Team has 3 in the quarter. So see what, Petra Berry's coming off the bench. Wild shot from the Colonels, somehow coming down with it. Jordan's got to be careful there. And here comes Emily running the fast break. Nice pass over to Stringer. Up, no good. Down, up. Jump ball, timeout.
Mike Morgan uses the timeout to save the possession there.
I guess my question on that play is, did anybody have possession there?
Yeah, I think that the Ledyard girl had it for a minute there. She was laying on top of it, so it's hard to get your hands down
and
around
she can't
it.
really move.
No,
right?
so Mike called the timeout pretty quickly. That's the right call there. He had timeouts, I guess, that he felt he could use. He's down to 3 now.
Yeah, they've called 2. NFA's called 1. 23-20, just over 3 minutes left to go in the half. It's been an entertaining game at that. Wildcats have had some chances. Little bit of foul trouble with Bay-Kent, the leading scorer. She's got 12, and she's going to the bench with 2, and I'm guessing she's going to be there for the remainder of the half.
Well, what Ledyard has done against the 3-2 is they've put Hardison in the middle at the foul line area. So they're trying to get her the ball there, and where she can, last time she hit an elbow jumper. And that was a couple possessions ago. In the last possession, she got fouled there in the middle. So NFA has to do a good job of protecting the middle of the court in that zone.
Brevard comes middle, kicks it out to Hardison, wide open 3. Don't like the sounds of that, but she misses. Brevard comes down with a rebound. That's Dykes. This is Hardison, joined on the floor by Henry Ortiz and Shelton. Tipped ball, who's going to come up with it? Good hustle, both players there. Oh, Nevaeh, nice flop, almost got it. Shot clock's at 15. Colonels are miles away from the basket. Maggie Dykes.
Just tough
play there.
Just a great jump shot there.
She's got 9 to lead the Colonels, and it's back to a 5-point lead. This is where I start to get nervous. Berry, York, Emily takes 4 steps.
Yep. It doesn't look comfortable right now out there, but a lot of time left. You got to stay positive here and just keep grinding it out on defense. So I think the biggest concern, obviously you can't control sometimes how your players are going to shoot, but rebounding right now, they cannot let Ledyard get second opportunities.
Right. Sophie Miner checks in for Berry. So the smallest lineup on the floor right now for the Wildcats, with Orchid being the lone big. She's joined by Bowles, Stringer, York, and Miner. Ledyard with a 5-point lead, looking to expand. Stringer, nice defense on Dykes. And Orchid comes down with a rebound. Brooke up to Sophie, over to Brooke. Bowles, no good, but she's going to go to the line.
What a catch.
What a catch. Nice ball movement there to get from one end of the floor to the other in a short period of time. Too bad that Bowles couldn't convert that, but we'll take the chance to go to the line for 2. The senior makes the first. Known for her prowess on the soccer field, the pitch. 25-21, 1:31 left to go in the half. Bowles cuts it to 3.
Need a stop.
Oh, how does that happen? Cassie Rice.
I don't know if NFA did not know. Last possession they switched to man, so maybe some of the players didn't think they were in man.
Nevaeh trying to create something, unable to do anything with that one, and Hardison comes down with the rebound with a chance to push it to 7. It's 27-22 at the 1 minute mark in the half. There's Dykes. I'm impressed with that kid. And she's just a sophomore. She's got 11.
Yeah, she hasn't missed really in the last few possessions.
29-22, 50 seconds left. Nevaeh trying again, doesn't get it. 2 bad possessions in a row for the Wildcats. Orcutt looks to answer but can't. Emily's frustrated. You can see it on her face. Nevaeh is going to get a break probably for the remainder of the half. Atchison comes in. 29-22, 37 seconds left. Wildcats have the chance to get the ball back based on the shot clock. It's about a 4-second differential. Atchison, nice move up top. No need to rush here. 20 seconds left. Key is you got to come out of here with a basket.
Yeah, you got to get the last shot. You got to take the last shot here. Can't let Ledyard get it back.
Shot clock's at 10. Atchison, left hand. Throws the ball away. Ledyard's going to have a chance at the buzzer. ECC recovers nicely. That shot's no good. 29-22. Ledyard at the half. It was a 1-point game after 1, and it's a 7-point game at the half. You're going to go do some magic for us, Coach, and I'll check in with Coach Nelson, and then we'll share our thoughts about this first half. Wow, I feel like the whole atmosphere has changed now, having you with me. With me now is Steve Nelson, the head coach of the Ledyard Colonel Wrestling Program.
Ledyard?
Oh, my God. What did I just do?
No, I don't know. You insulted me.
I did. I'm so
No,
sorry.
I love Alan Quibble. He's the head coach over there at Ledyard. Great guy.
Oh, my God.
Good friend
Well,
of
I've
mine.
been talking about the Colonels all night, and then I just saw you, and oh, jeez. Well, Dan, wipe that out. We're going to start over. Steve Nelson, the head coach of the NFA Wildcat Wrestling Program. How many years, Coach?
This will be year number 8.
Year number 8. You just got win number 100.
Yes, it did.
That's kind of cool, right?
That was a nice little milestone to cross. You know, it's been a long time in the making. It's been a journey taking over the program and building it back to a winning program, winning like it was back in the good old days.
Did they dump Gatorade on you the other night when
No.
you got that way?
No. There might have been some bloodshed if they tried that.
So tomorrow starts the Class L Championships. Can you walk me through that? This is not a one-day thing, right?
Nope, this is a 2-day event.
So we're going to Trumbull?
We're going to Trumbull High School. They host the Double L tournament every year. They roll out 6 different wrestling mats and 24, maybe 25 teams show up, and we go to war.
So how does it I mean, obviously there's seeding, and then you win in advance. Explain the process to me.
So we wrestle our regular season, and every individual wrestler accumulates their wins and losses throughout the year.
Yep.
There's also a thing in wrestling called power points. So if you defeat better competition, you earn more points by defeating them. So it all gets accumulated together, and we go to a seeding meeting, and we find out who's the first-ranked wrestler, who's the second-ranked wrestler, all the way down to 21, 22, 23.
So this is team and individual.
Correct. So every kid is bracketed out into one of the 14 weight classes, and the points accumulate based on the wins and losses of each of those weight classes.
So do we have top seeds in this?
We have a couple very good seeds. We got Zaire Wallace at 190 pounds is the #1 overall seed.
Wow.
Landon Herdick is our 106-pounder, other end of the spectrum.
Sure is.
He'll be the number 2 seed.
Is 106 the smallest?
They are the little guys, yeah. They don't get much smaller than that.
So who else do we have up there besides Landon and Zaire?
Eddie Lavoie is a 3 seed. Jackson Sorrell is a 4 seed. Dugan Marsh, 5th. I'm sure I'm going to leave somebody else. Dylan Venegas is the 3rd seed.
Okay.
So we did very well at the seeding meeting. I attribute that to the tough schedule we wrestled. We put a lot of miles on Interstate I-95
Right.
and traveling around and searching out the best competition in the state, and it paid off in the seeding meeting. Hopefully it'll pay off this weekend.
So how many is it? Like, is it just lose and you're out? Is it double
It's
elimination?
a double elimination tournament.
Okay. And then what level or what, I guess, round did he get to after tomorrow?
So tomorrow they will do, we call them the pigtails. So those would be the round of 32. Those aren't always full because there's not enough teams to fill that out.
Yep.
They'll do that round, the round of 16, and the quarterfinals.
Okay.
And 1 round of consolations tomorrow.
Okay. So then coming on Saturday, if you've advanced, you're going into semifinals and then finals.
Semifinals, and then some of the boys will be wrestling back through the consolation bracket.
Okay.
Where if you put in the hard work, you can still come out with a medal at the end of it all.
And how do you get to the state open?
Top 6 from each class move on to the state open.
Okay. So we want to be strong through the consolation round, right?
Absolutely.
So is it the top 6 medal and
top 6 medal? Yep.
Top 6 advance. So and then is the open the following week?
The open will be the following week down in New Haven at Hill House High School.
Okay.
They have a beautiful facility down there that allows us to spread out tons and tons of mats. And the boys will wrestle in their state open tournament, and also the girls will be wrestling in their state tournament.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk. So are girls involved in Class L, double L, where you're going tomorrow, or they have their separate events?
So girls wrestling is been the fastest growing sport in the nation for, I can't even remember how many years, 6, 7 years now.
Faster than pickleball?
Faster than pickleball. So, but they still aren't at the level that they can have an S, an M, and L.
Right, the volume.
So there's not the volume there. So they're all included in one big state tournament. Although we are getting close. I heard last night at the seating meeting that they were discussing having qualifiers for the girls' state tournament now.
And how many girls are in your program?
We currently have 2 girls in our program.
Now,
this year.
didn't you have somebody a few years back who
We had 2.
went on to some success?
Yes, we had 2 young ladies the first year that the girls' tournament was held that actually went on and won at their respective weight classes.
Okay.
Savannah Vanas, who went on to wrestle for Sacred Heart University.
Nice.
First Division I female wrestling program in the nation. And then Destiny Mateo also won for us that year.
So Savannah it's all based on coaching, right?
Oh, of course. No, she's a tenacious little athlete. When she showed up, she was, as big as my little finger.
Yeah.
And, she didn't look like much. She was a little girly girl, and you would have never guessed that she had the fire and tenacity that it took to be a winning wrestler.
So I know nothing except, Superfly Snooker coming off the top turnbuckle, in the glory days of the WWE. But what's the most important attribute, strength or quickness?
It really depends. In wrestling, we say that there are 4 or 5 different attributes, and you can mix and match them. So strength, speed, flexibility, technique. And if you have any combination of those, you can really work that to your advantage. Wrestling's a phenomenal sport where, one size doesn't fit all. You can have a short and stout wrestler, and you could have a long and lanky wrestler, both be incredibly successful.
So how, before tomorrow starts, do the guys weigh in today? Do they weigh in tomorrow? How does that
They will weigh in
process
both
work?
days.
Both days?
Both
Okay.
days. They have to make weight tomorrow afternoon before the tournament starts.
Okay.
And then they'll wrestle and do their thing, and they'll weigh in again in the morning with an extra 1 pound allowance.
Okay.
And go back at it.
So there's no probably team pasta dinner happening before wrestling meet?
No. Unfortunately, some of our guys, they have to monitor, what they eat because, they are, right there at the limit of their weight class. But, we strategically, feed them, good nutritious meals that aren't, super heavy, but still give them the required, energy and nutrition that they need to perform well the next day.
And if they don't make weight, that's it.
That's it.
So no coming back for day 2, done.
Nope. You miss weight, you miss weight. It's game over.
And is that so? That's not a loss. That's game over. No
That's
consolation round. No nothing.
You're defaulted out of the tournament.
All right. Well, let's hope there's none of that. So, Coach, I appreciate you spending some time with us. Good luck down in Trumbull.
Thank you.
And I look forward to an update with some good success going around too, and hopefully maybe some positive news coming on Saturday, right?
All right. I'm hoping
or
so.
I know on Sunday, right? Because what's today? Today's Thursday.
Today's
so
Thursday.
It's Friday
I'm losing
and
track
Saturday.
of the days
I'm
of the
losing track
week.
of it. Heck, I thought you were from the Colonels when we first started. I don't know what day it is. But good luck to all of the wrestlers. Thanks for spending some time with us. Congrats on number 100.
Thank
and
you.
we'll look for a good report.
Thanks for
All
having me
right,
on.
that's Coach Steve Nelson from the NFA wrestling program, despite my earlier gaffe. And we are at halftime, 29-22 Colonels. And Coach, let's go over the numbers.
All right, let's play that game.
Let's play that game. All right, so for Ledyard, I have Cassie Rice with 7 points.
Correct.
All right, I have Helena Robinson with 4.
Yep.
Hardison with a deuce.
Yes.
Henry Ortiz with 1.
Yes.
Shelton with 4.
Yes.
And 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 for Dykes.
Yes.
To lead the Colonels.
Yes.
For the Wildcats, Brooke Bowles with 2.
Yes.
Brooke Stringer with 3.
Correct.
Nevaeh York with 5.
Correct.
And 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, Jordan Bakent with 12. Oh, it's questioning me there.
So they had Orcutt with 2, but I don't remember Orcutt scoring.
She didn't score.
Yeah, so that's a book error.
Yeah,
so we're going to overrule that and give it to Michael Farrell.
Yeah, that is an absolute book error.
Yep.
We need her to score.
Yep.
But she did not in that half. Personal fouls, Bakent has 2. Robinson has 3 for the Colonels. And, your coach Gomez, what are you saying at halftime?
You got to pick up the intensity, and you got to make sure that you limit Ledyard to one shot. On the defensive end, on the offensive end, you have to create extra chances by getting offensive rebounds, by winning those hustle plays. Right now, it just honestly looks like Ledyard wants it more, and that can't be the case in the second half. That's why you play 2 halves. That's why you get a chance at halftime to adjust. And I think these first 4 minutes will be critical to see if the Wildcats are going to turn up the intensity on the Colonels. They get the ball first.
Colonels come out with their starters, Dykes, Brevard, Hardison, Robinson, and Rice. NFA with Stringer, York, Orcutt, Atchison, and Bakent, also their starters. Be a good way to start the second half here with an easy bucket for the Wildcats. Atchison inside to Bakent, surprise, surprise. Up, no good, gets her own rebound, no good, gets her own rebound. Good for Jordan Bakent.
Yeah, she's been the best player on the floor for the Wildcats and maybe the best player overall. Maggie Dykes has had an outstanding game for the Colonels. She's got the ball right here.
Is this a 2-3 we're looking at right now for the Wildcats, or are they in a 3-2? I can't figure this one out.
Looks like they're playing man.
Okay, or that.
But nope, it's not man, because she didn't. It might be some kind of triangle in 2.
Oh, Brevard. First points of the night are 3 big ones.
And I knew that she was capable of hitting that, and whatever defense NFA was playing, she exploited it.
32-24, biggest lead of the night is 8 for the Colonels. York looking for Orcutt, needs to get her on track. Bakent, Stringer. Stringer was looking for Atchison, who was open, just didn't look back. Stringer takes it in, gotta have that one. And that's gonna go down to the Colonels. From the out-of-town scoreboard at the end of 3, Fitch still maintains a lead over Woodstock, 33-25. So Woodstock cut into the halftime deficit a little bit, but looks like the Falcons are in control there. Dykes, Nevaeh, rebound, Stringer up ahead. Nevaeh's going to keep it, try to create on her own. Sloppy, somehow comes away with it. Coach Gomez calls a timeout to prevent any more destruction on that play.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said before, the lead can't stretch too far because really NFA isn't built to come back. So it's getting late early here in the third quarter. So that's why Coach Gomez, I think, calls that timeout. to
She's got to have a basket here.
yeah to design something and to make sure that they get something good at least.
It's getting late early. Is that a yogi?
That's a yogiism.
That's a yogiism. Nobody goes to that restaurant anymore, Coach. It's too crowded. Oh, man. That's classic.
It is. But it's true. In this case, it's true. It is getting late early in the third because when you fall behind 8 with a team that really doesn't score the ball over 40 points often, you got to make sure you get a good shot, and they did.
And they did. They sure did. Bay Kent, that's her 4th point. She's the only one to score here in the second half for the Wildcats. Colonels come back. There's a 32-26 lead. Stringer, tell you, aggressive kid on the defensive end. I give her a lot of credit for that, and causes a turnover there.
Yeah, it's curious because Bay Kent has 16, and she's looked very good. She looked good from the start. But Ledyard really is putting a lot of defensive attention on Orcutt.
Yeah.
So I would just keep feeding the ball to
Keep
Jordan.
pounding the rock. Nevaeh, nice. Drive from the key, cuts it to 4, 32-28, 5:50 to go in the third. That's Brevard. Stringer's hounding her. Hardison, Brevard, Atchison. Dykes, top of the key, kicks it back out. Can't have that happen.
Yeah, it's tough because they have 3 shooters. They have 3 shooters there all side by side, and eventually the zone gets tired from shifting, and one of them's going to be open.
Nevaeh almost loses the handle. Good job keeping it. Emily throws it up, looking for contact, doesn't get it, but there's Jordan. She has contact, and that's going to be a foul on Cassie Rice, which is going to send Jordan back to the line.
Yeah, see that last possession, Emily, every time Orcutt catches the ball, there's 2 blue jerseys on her. But every time Bay Kent has caught the ball, it's usually been a one-on-one. So Morgan's game plan coming in was we're not going to let Orcutt beat us.
Yep.
And Jordan has stepped up.
This is the first. She's 2 for 4 from the line. 35-28, 5:15 left to go in the third. And that shot falls.
She's looked good. They got to keep getting her the ball. Need a stop here.
Dykes, Stringer on her.
NFA back to man-to-man.
Oh, that's a travel. I don't like that one. I'm sorry. I'm on the record as not liking that one.
On the record. All right, we will note that and bring it down to City Hall tomorrow.
That's right. Because that's the 3rd foul on Jordan, which is not good for anybody. And, I mean, come on. Shooting foul?
Yeah, that was tough because it happened to go on Bay Kent. I know there was some bumping.
I'm not going to dispute the bumping, but I'm not satisfied. 1, with that being on Bay Kent. 2, with that being a shooting foul.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
I don't think you can take her out now. At this point, she's proven to be really your only offense.
So Dykes makes both.
Now, Dykes is already a star in this league.
As a sophomore.
If she hasn't been anointed that she is now after tonight's performance, she is playing like the leader of this team already, only a 10th grader.
37-29. Important for the Wildcats to get on the board here. Bay Kent from 15. Can't get it. No offensive rebound for the Wildcats. That's a turnover. That's got to stay NFA ball.
Another tough rebound, though, from Dykes. Just got caught in no man's land on the baseline.
4:39. Oh, nice.
Dykes again with the save. Those are that's the kind of mentality you need in the postseason. I mean, she's proven that she could do it on the offensive end, but now she's just filling it up here with those scrappy plays on the defensive end.
37-29. Colonels with an 8-point lead. It's their biggest of the game. Wildcats 2-3. Dykes from 10. That's off. Rice.
The rebounding still hurting NFA, not able to secure that defensive rebound. They got to miss.
10 points. Bay-Kent getting the double now, but gets in. She'll go to the line. That foul, I believe, is going to end up on Hardison. But what do I know? It's on Rice.
Still a lot of time. So if NFA could figure out how to get stops, how to get defensive rebounds, keep feeding the ball inside, got to make free throws here.
Jordan misses the first. And she gets the second. She's been to the line 7 times. She's made 4. Wildcats get a turnover. Orcutt back the other way. Emily, give the ball up to a guard. There we go. 39-30, 3:51. Nevaeh from 12, wide open, can't get it. Nobody underneath.
Yeah, it's tough. That's a tough shot when you have Orcutt trailing.
Olivia Shelton, who had just checked in. Wildcats are flat. I don't think there's any other way to describe it right now.
Yeah, and it did concern me, as I mentioned in the pregame, when you don't play for 6 days and the other team has played a couple games already this week. You got to find a way to be hungry. Still time on the clock. Still time.
There's plenty of time. I mean, you think
time.
about when Ledyard had the 8-point lead early on, and NFA ran off 5 points in a matter of 2 possessions. I mean, we need a quick little burst here to get this back to, in the 6-point range. So, I mean, I go back to when we were talking at the New London game, like, what do you do here? You win the next 2 minutes. You want to go into the fourth within striking distance. So, I don't know, 6 points?
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point you settle for 8. But anything 8
single digits, right?
Yeah, anything 8 or lower, I think, you got a fighting chance. I think double digits, it's not impossible, but it's going to be tough. So you got to win these last 3.5 minutes and, go from there. It starts with this possession.
It sure does.
That last possession, it's not a terrible shot from Nevaeh, but Orcutt was trailing the play. So Orcutt was at about the volleyball line.
Yep.
And Jordan was at the foul line, and there was nobody else under the hoop. So you had your 2 biggest players, tallest players.
Yeah, behind you.
And 15 and 30 feet away from the rim when you took the shot.
Sophie Miner back to Nevaeh. That's going to be a foul on Sierra Brevard.
Yeah, NFA caught a break there. She read the pass a little late.
So it's a 3rd foul on the Colonels in this quarter. So 2 more, and the Wildcats will go to the line with our new rule of 2 shots at 5, no 1-and-1s. Bulls.
Yep, that's a travel. And Brevard has been doing a great job all night. She hasn't done anything flashy.
No.
But every time she is in great defensive position, taking the right hand away from Nevaeh.
She's in her head, I think, is where we're at right now. Cassie Rice. Brevard. Rice going to try for 3. Why not? She's been hot all night, and she gets that to drop. That's her second 3-pointer, and that's 12 for her in the game.
Yeah, the zone, the Ledyard has too many shooters against that zone, and Nevaeh, a tough move there.
Nevaeh gets 2 back, so it's a 12-point game, 44-32, 2:48 left to go in the 3rd.
So this lineup right now, has at least 3 shooters on the floor, if not 4, for Ledyard.
That's going to be a foul on Emily, which is going to be her second.
If Hardison, Dykes, Brevard, Rice, 4 3-point shooters, the zone can't cover that.
Right. Hardison only 5 points tonight. Now, granted, one of them is a 3 in this quarter.
Yeah, all net.
But, she had 24 last night. But the difference tonight is Rice, who's going to fire up again. No good. Emily grabs the rebound. Final in Groton. Fitch knocks out Woodstock 46-36. And Nevaeh drives and scores, gets her 6th point of the quarter, and cuts it to 10.
Yeah, she's got to keep going to the basket. None of these floaters.
But that's the stuff that can't happen the other end. We should not be talking about Olivia Shelton having 8 points in this game, Coach.
And that's what makes teams champions, when you get contributions from players.
Dykes, Hardison, elbow.
Everything going Ledyard's way right now.
48-34, minute and a half left. Coach Gomez is going to call another timeout.
Yeah, and instead, the last time there was a timeout, there was 3:36 left, and they were down 11. So in the last 2:03, the lead is increased by 3 instead of going the other way. So a lot that NFA is going to have to do here in these last 9.5 minutes to turn the tide. Right now, it looks like it's just Ledyard's night. That happens sometimes in basketball. A lot of, like you said, a lot of players that maybe others didn't expect to contribute. I'm sure Coach Morgan fully expected them to contribute because he's been building a program to win a championship for a few years now. Like I said, they had a great season last year, and maybe didn't win as much as they thought they would win in the regular season, but I think, once that postseason hits, you hit the reset button, and freshmen become sophomores, sophomores become juniors, juniors become seniors. So they've looked really, really good tonight.
Orcutt inbound, Bay Kent. Jordan, left hand, no good. Ooh, I expected that one to go blue. So did Coach Morgan.
It is
and
blue.
it is blue. Pointed one way, said the other. 48-34, 1:28 left to go in the third. Wildcats need a burst here to get into the single digits before the break. That's a travel, or it's not. Rice at the top of the key. She's been an unsung hero tonight for the Colonels. Look at her push off with the left hand. Shot clock's at 10. Brevard resets at the top of the key.
Yeah, really smart. Ledyard doesn't have to rush any shots here.
And that's going to be number 4 on Bacon.
And that's just Maggie Dykes creating contact, landing on 2, little pump fake, and Jordan went for it.
I don't understand that chant that the kids do. ECC refs. What does that mean, Coach?
No idea.
These are ECC refs.
Yeah,
It's a legit foul.
that was.
Dykes.
But let the kids have fun.
Let the kids have fun. I'm all for the fun. I just want to understand it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah,
Bacon to the bench.
Don't try to get into their
Don't
minds.
try to get into their minds. Bacon.
I don't try to get into your mind.
Nobody does. Trust me, nobody does. Dykes with 4 points here in the third quarter, all from the line. She's 5 for 5 from the line on the night. She's got 15 total, and the lead is 16. There's Orcutt. That's what we'll be looking for all night. She can't get it, gets her own rebound. Can't get it. Sophie Miner. Brooke Bowles. Somebody go up for a basket here. Brooke will do it. Nothing. And there's a scrum.
Yeah, just frustration from the Wildcats. Can't get anything to fall.
Yeah, you said it at the start. Put the ball in the basket.
Yep.
I'm not sure how this is. So there's a NFA foul that came out of all this on Brooke Bowles? That's the bottom line. That's curious. This will send Olivia Shelton to the line. Freshman, 8 points tonight, 4 in the second half. (50-34). 30 seconds left. Oh, we're going to Rhymes here. Well, it worked. Orcutt pulls down the rebound. Let's end this quarter on a positive note here, Wildcats.
Yeah, they gotta get the last shot. Can't let Ledyard get another possession
And
here.
make the last
Yeah,
shot.
that would be
Not just get the last shot, make the last shot.
Yep.
Clock's at 15, shot clock is off. Stringer looking inside for Berry, double teamed. Bowles driving baseline. There's Petra.
Yeah,
She gets it.
there you go. That's all you can hope for. You know, control the
It's a
tempo.
good possession.
Yeah, control the tempo and get a good shot off.
You can't argue with that possession. 50-36 Colonels after 3. The lead is 14. And, yeah, not what we expected. Ledyard, you know, you said they played solid basketball. I mean, look at, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different players score in that quarter alone.
Now they play great basketball. I'll up it. If they play like this, I think they can hang with New London, because they're getting scoring from all over the court. You know, if your top scorer is Hardison and she only has 5, and you have 50 points through 3 quarters, I mean, that's, you know, they're on pace to score in the mid to high 60s.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, that's amazing. And that's what it's going to take to beat New London, quite honestly. And they're also playing very physical. I mean, NFA has a lot of size, and it's not affecting Ledyard. What does New London have? Oh, by the way, the best player in the state,
Right.
Serenity Lancaster, who they're going to have to contain. So they're going to have to get through probably Bacon, which also has a lot of height, which also has kind of some balanced scoring. But if they play like this, we could have a team that could hang with New London. As for NFA, you know, they got 8 minutes. They're going to have to create turnovers. That's the bottom line. If they want to win this game, they have to create turnovers.
Dykes, Brevard, Rice, Hardison, and Robinson on the floor for the Colonels, who draw an early foul. I believe that's going to be on ECC Atchison. Nope. Who's 21? Oh, Minor. Sophie Minor with her first. Colonels get the ball underneath. Dykes can't make that one go. Orcutt pulls down the rebound. So Orcutt, Stringer, Berry, Atchison, Minor. Different lineup on the court here for the Wildcats. Coach Gomez looking for some sort of spark. Petra Berry, Brooke Stringer. A 3 would be a nice way to start. Brooke Stringer's second three-pointer of the night, 50-39. Let's get a stop. Let's get one more of those, and then let's play some basketball. Robinson. That's Rice. See that?
Another offensive rebound, Mike. That's the thing that, you know, that's effort, that's heart, that's determination. And that's what Ledyard has brought tonight.
That foul's on Atchison, her first, second on the team. Have to be mindful of that with the new foul rule. CeCe's guarding against the layup on the inbounds play. It comes all the way out to Robinson. Back to Dykes, who sneaks in, and she's going to bury that. I'm sorry, that was Hardison.
Yeah, nice little curl. They just lost her. The play designs have been really good from Coach Morgan on the baseline out of bounds plays.
Hardison has 9. She has 7 in the second half. Stringer, Minor, Atchison. Will she try the 3? She's going to try to get it to Orcutt. Can't do it. Maggie Dykes going coast to coast. Brevard, no good. Dykes with the rebound. Maggie Dykes.
Yep.
What a game.
She's a star.
54-39. It's back up to 15. It was just at 11, and the Colonels come back with 4 quick ones. I will call that a pass from Atchison to Stringer. Call that a turnover. And Brevard comes down with the ball.
I just like the way that Brevard has played tonight, just within herself. Hasn't tried to do too much.
No, she's been a nuisance all over. She's only got 3 points, but she's added more to that. And there's Hardison, who's just heating up. That's 10 for her in the second half. And it's getting away now. 57-39, 18 points, 5:52 left. Stringer's going to try for 3. She nails it. That's her third. And that's going to cause a timeout on the floor. 57-42. Wildcats trailing by 15. Brooke Stringer with 3 3-pointers tonight, 6 points in the second half. You know, we got to keep winning these minutes. This is a nice little stretch right there, but what can we do coming out of the timeout?
Yeah, you got to be able to create a turnover or a quick shot, a rushed shot. Ledyard's been able to get, for the most part, very balanced jump shots or close shots in, and then they're getting offensive rebounds and putbacks. So,
I mean, there's time, right? There's time.
Yeah, there's time. It's just,
there's time. Coach.
It's not even so much that, NFA isn't doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's more what Ledyard is doing so well tonight.
Right.
I'm just coming away right now so impressed with the performance. They started off a little slow, but man, this half, they've been tremendous this half.
It's interesting, 11-9 on the year, and I would say they've been consistently inconsistent. Obviously they got blown out by New London, so did we. They beat New London. We beat them, they beat Fitch, we beat, just everybody's knocking off everybody throughout the course of the season. But, are they gelling at the right time? Turnover, Wildcats, Nevaeh looking to create.
Got to play smart now. Got to get a good shot. You can't hit a 10-point shot.
Only in your driveway can you hit a 10-point shot.
Rock and jock, remember that?
Oh, yeah. Nice move. Bay Kent's going to go to the line.
Good job by Nevaeh. At first she got the steal. She was like, I got to score, but pulled it out, ran the offense, and got a high percentage shot inside, get to the free throw line.
It's the third foul on Brevard. First on the team for the quarter, and this is going to send Bay Kent back to the line. She makes the first. She's 5 for 8 right now from the line. Six for 9.
Nice looking stroke, both of those shots.
Cuts it to 13. So let's get a turnover, let's get a 3, and then let's play some basketball. Will the Colonels start to stretch it out a little bit? Will they take more time off the clock? It looks like we got some sort of more. Oh, CC. Here we go. And 1. And nothing. Oh, wow. I think credit that one to Coach Gomez. There was no call initially, and the refs are still conferring. She's got to go to the line. Both coaches are waiting for some sort of explanation.
Yeah, it was a foul.
Yeah, it sure was.
It was a foul.
But he didn't call it until Coach Gomez exploded. And I think Coach Morgan has, he's got a reason to be upset right there because it was clearly a delayed call. And the refs, in fact, talked to each other.
It might have also been because CeCe landed at his feet with a loud thud.
CeCe misses the first one. She had 15 points in the first game. She's looking for her first of tonight. And a made free throw here will cut it to 12. Or it'll stay at 13. Emily with the rebound. Nevaeh for 3. No good.
Oh.
That would have been something.
Bay Kent got away with it over the back. Would have been her 5th.
She sure did. Nevaeh with the steal. Atchison, somebody do something, CeCe with the ball.
That was tough because the Wildcats have no timeouts.
Yeah, Courtney couldn't step in there. I thought she had in lane there to get the ball up, but that did not pan out.
Well,
that's a backcourt violation.
That was a backcourt.
That's a backcourt violation.
Yep. Because, and for those of you at home watching, you can catch the ball in the backcourt. You could catch the ball straddling the half-court line. You can't catch the ball with 2 feet in the front court and then step into the backcourt.
Right. Love the detailed analysis. That's why we pay you what we pay you. Nevaeh is going to drive, create on her own, and gets the roll. Cuts it to 11. 4:30 left. Here we go. Let's get one more of these. student section getting involved. Robinson, Nevaeh. Nevaeh's diving all. Oh, Cece, nice save. Nevaeh's hurt. Coach Morgan's going to call a timeout. So NFA is out of timeouts. Ledyard has 2 left. We've had nothing short of some craziness here. And there's 4:13 left, and the Wildcats have managed to get this back to an 11-point game.
Yeah, and there's some excitement in the gym, and it's loud. You know, it's not a sold-out crowd, but it's gotten loud. People are excited, and there's nothing like a comeback in basketball.
Well, it was 50-36 at the break, so it was 14. So they've cut it. They've only cut 3 points off that lead, but, man, it feels like they've done more. Of course, it's a 10-7 differential for NFA in this fourth quarter. Playing for pride right now, I think originally to start, and now finding themselves with, a basket here gets it into single digits.
Yeah, and Ledyard still has total control of this game. You know, as long as they don't turn the ball over, NFA's just not going to get enough possessions to come back. So NFA's got to create turnovers.
Well, they're working at it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So let's get one. Atchison on Hardison. Drives against Baykent. There's really nothing Jordan can do right there.
Yeah, that was a tough move. And
that's 12 in the half for Hardison, who only had 2 in the first half. It's like there was a message to her at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
It's 13. Stringer, Orcutt can't get anything going offensively.
No,
I know the book has her for 2. We have her for none, which is a struggle. But like you said, I think his game plan was Emily Orcutt's not going to beat us.
Yeah.
Helena Robinson, her first 2 of the second half, and that puts it back up to a 15-point game.
Yeah, right. And that timeout proved to be
well called.
Yep, worthwhile one from Coach Morgan. 4 straight points for the Ledyard Colonels.
Now we're at 3:10 left. Jordan in and out. Emily rebound, nothing. Emily rebound will go to the line. Thought Jordan had that one. Ball couldn't have done any more except go in, which it didn't do. Emily's going to go to the line for 2. Foul was on Dykes, just her second. Petra Berry's going to give Jordan a quick breather. 61-47, it's 14. Petra, immediate contribution. Rebound and a basket. 61-49, we're at 12. Let's get a turnover and a basket.
Only the 3rd team foul on NFA, so Ledyard baseline out of bounds. They've been very good on these plays all night long. NFA has to do a good job of stopping him.
Second foul on Stringer. 3 minutes exactly left. NFA comes up with a turnover, and I believe that's going to be a foul on Robinson. If it is, that's going to be her 4th.
Yep, 4th team foul on the Colonels.
So NFA will shoot going forward. Robinson is going to stay in the game. Baykent comes in for Berry. Nice contribution from Petra. Actually, Shelton is going to come in and replace Robinson. Olivia Shelton's had a great night tonight for the Colonels. 8 points off the bench, 4 in each half. And here we go. Let's see if we can get this to a 10-point game with 2.5 left. Atchison's going to try a 3. She's going to get a 3. They're not going to go quietly, Coach.
No, that's good to see.
We're at a 9-point game. Let's get a turnover. They figure to come out of this in a man-to-man. Nevaeh working hard. She got Dykes double-teamed.
Called a foul on
Stringer, I believe.
Yep, that's only the 4th, so 1 more before Ledyard starts shooting free throws.
The free throws. 2:31 left. It's a 9-point game. Wildcats Get a turnover here in a basket, and then we might have something going on. But they're going to start playing keep away. And Neve is trying there. I mean, I can't fault that one.
Yeah, I mean, it stops the clock. You know, unfortunately, you fouled a girl with ice water in her veins, so.
She's 5 for 5 from the line tonight, which hopefully in the announcer jinx, I just made her miss this shot. We'll see how that jinx works. It always works on national TV. Didn't work here.
Yeah, so you probably, you know, want to foul
anybody but Dykes.
Or Hardison.
Yeah. It's 7 for 7 from the line for Maggie Dykes. 19 overall, if my math is right. 63-52, 2:20 left. I'm feeling a 3 coming here. Cece's trying for it. She gets mugged.
Ledyard's man-to-man has been
too much
tough.
time. Game clock at 2, shot clock at 10. Jordan, no good. Own rebound, Emily.
Down to 9.
Down in 9, minute 50 left. Got a foul, got to get a turnover. But Hardison's not the one. I put Rice on the line right there. Too much.
Got a foul there.
She's calling them out, but they're not. You know, I think they're sitting in this zone. They just move it. And send Dykes back to the line. I mean, the good news is we're outscoring them 18-13 in this quarter. The bad news is, you know, they were beating us by 14. Dykes, 9 for 9 from the line, 21 points overall. Impressive. 65-54, 11 points, minute and a half. We got to pick up the pace here. Wildcats trying to get a long-range shot. Orcutt's going to try from the top of the key. No good. Jordan going right, trying to go right back up to it, and Hardison pulls it away. Wildcats trying to foul. They can't even get the foul call. Stringer picks up her 4th, is going to send Hardison to the line. This is a tough one, Coach. 65-54, minute 8 left. Hardison, who only had 2 in the first half, has 12 in the second half. Berry back in for Bay Kent. Hardison misses a pair. Berry pulls down the rebound. We got a hustle. Here we go. Nevea's going to pull back. She's going to try a 3. Rainbow, no good. Atchison, right back up, no good. Stringer goes over the top. I believe that's going to be the 5th foul on Brooke Stringer.
Send Hardison back to the line. Yeah, game effort from NFA here in the 4th quarter. That's for sure. I think you said it best. You know, the 4th quarter begins, you're playing for pride, and then all of a sudden, you know, there's a little bit of hope maybe with 4 minutes left, but Ledyard calls the timeout and executes perfectly on 2 possessions to get 4 straight points, and really they've seized the final hold that they needed on this game at that point. NFA is just not going to be able to score enough points in that short amount of time after they gave up those consecutive baskets after the timeout.
That's 16 for Hardison. If you told me that the Colonels were going to score 54 points tonight, I would have said we're going to win the game. And that is not the case.
Well, Ledyard got contributions from everybody.
They sure did.
And
you know,
X Factor number 4
Yeah, Brevard, who only has 3 points, but she's done so much. But look at this. This is
because who was she matched up on all game long?
Yeah.
Nevaeh.
Yeah.
And you cut off the leader. You cut out the ball handler there, who starts everything going for you. You disrupt her. You take her out of the game. Then you're kind of out of sorts the rest of the game. So that's why championship teams, are built on 5, 6, 7, 8 players, not just a couple of stars.
Olivia Shelton, 1 for 4 on the night from the line, but she's got 9 points, and that was not something that we would have expected to say. Nevaeh, 68-56, 12-point game, 30 seconds left. Shot clock is off, no reason.
Yeah, I'm fascinated to see the semifinal matchups, how they play out, but I would love to see a Ledyard New London rematch in the ECC final if the Colonels can play the way they did tonight.
So this is Rice at the line.
The way New London girls are playing right now, it was going to be a tall task for anybody in the ECC to beat them. I think you would need a performance like Ledyard had tonight to beat New London.
Nevaeh tries a 3, no go there. Clock's going to run out, and the ECC season's going to run out. The Colonels come away with a 69-56 victory.
And tough moment for the senior point guard, Nevaeh York, as she did not want this to be the last time she played an ECC game. They will play in the state tournament, so the season's not over yet.
Well, that's the thing, Coach. So here we are on, I don't even know what today is, February 15th, and they're not going to play their first round in the tournament until the 26th. So here we are coming off of a week, and we saw the struggle. What do you do for 11 days?
You got to hit the reset button. You got to do some different things to keep the girls positive and motivated to want to work hard. Far be it from me to suggest what those things are. Every coach has their philosophies, and Coach Gomez has proven it. She's not too far removed from having the #1 team overall in the state.
Right.
So, she's doing what she can. Sometimes the other team's just better. It's just as simple as that. I mean, when you have a team performing like the Colonels did tonight, it's just a tall task. No matter, you can nitpick this, that, and the other, but it was just Ledyard's night.
Yeah, it sure was. And, look at the scoring for the Colonels. Maggie Dykes led all scorers with 21. Olivia Shelton, the freshman, had 9. Emma Henry Ortiz had 1. Brevard, 3 points, but played a much bigger game than that. Adriana Hardison had 16, 14 of them in the second half. Robinson with 6, and Cassie Rice, 12 points off the bench, 69 points for the Colonels. The 56 from NFA, 3 from Emily Orcutt. I know we have a difference with the book who thinks they have 5. I think she has 3. Either way, it wasn't enough. Petra Berry with 4. Cece Atchison with 3. Brooke Bowles with 2 from the line. Brooke Stringer hit 3 3-point baskets for 9 points. Nevaeh had a nice game numbers-wise. She had 15. And Jordan Bacon had 20, leading the way for NFA. So tough quarterfinal matchup. Now NFA is eliminated until the first round of the state tournament. Pairings will come out probably in a week or so, but they're going to play somewhere on the 26th. And the Colonels are going to move forward to the ECC semifinals on Saturday at Fitch. Most likely they're going to play against Bacon, and who plays Killingly. We don't have a score from that tonight, but I haven't seen Bacon, but I can't imagine Bacon's going to beat this Ledyard team playing at this level on Saturday. Who knows? You might see him again Tuesday night, Coach. So, anyway. Hey, look, this is a good run for us. I mean, tough way to end it, but I think we've had some fun. We've done some things. We're going to be back next year, bigger, better, more. Camera. There's got to be a camera on us. I mean, at least on you. I mean, look at it.
Every night I wore a suit. I wore the red belt, the red shoes, and my man Dan Simino can't Can't get me a GoPro.
Well,
over
you know,
here.
you know what the reason
I just need
is.
the GoPro on top of the headset, and it's like juice cam. Juice cam. Like
there
he's
it is
calling
next
the
year.
game.
Juice cam.
No, but in all seriousness, Dan Simino, man, he's done a great job. I appreciate you, Dan, and I appreciate you, Mike.
It's a great
for
start.
Organizing this. You've done a tremendous job, narrating the pregame and postgame, doing the halftime interviews, and just it's really cool for us to be able to come here and watch our student athletes perform. And remember, folks, they're student athletes.
Right.
They're trying their best. Sometimes the other team is just better, and that was the case tonight. But we're very proud of the product we have here at NFA, and hopefully we brought you some enjoyable commentary instead of just the silent broadcast of the game.
Yeah, no, nothing beats hearing you and me for an hour and a half. And
Is it better than silence?
That's a good
That's the poll question. What is better, silence or Mike and Juice?
I tell you, that's another thing we can do next year, right, Dan? We can add an in-game poll with live results. We can get those handed to us. Hopefully we'll get some kids involved in the future, but it's a good start. Tough break for the Wildcats to end this game and end their run in the ECC tournament. They will be back in action somewhere around February 26th, and we'll hope they'll do well there. But many thanks to Dan Simino for being the man behind the scenes, and here's hoping for more of this next year. For the great one, Chris Giusti, I'm Michael Farrell. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.